What is happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel, The Persian Leopard. So, as I described in my discussion on my YouTube channel, just to get some of the talks going, I had asked, what is your favorite legend and why? You know what I mean? Just a nice icebreaker, something simple to start with, and I'm going to hopefully see some comments, explaining to me and answering that question. But my answer for this question is clearly Wraith. I love Wraith. Okay, Wraith is phenomenal. She is my main, she is my go-to character, and if I'm not Wraith, then, I'll be somebody that complements the composition according to who's who. So, the why is, and oh my word, that right there in the video, I felt like such an idiot running up on those guys solo. You don't do that. Anywho's, the why for Wraith is, there's a number of reasons. I feel like her passive is one of the most useful and overpowered passives in the game. You are constantly at your ready. If someone's aiming at you, you can warn your enemies. Warn your enemies. That's hilarious. You can warn your teammates. You can warn them that there's somebody eyeing you, and then you all can team up and figure out the position for the fight. Or if someone's, when it warns yourself, then, you can hit her next ability, which is another reason why I love Wraith so much. She's overpowered. Which I'll get into, is when she goes invisible, you know what I mean, and takes 0 damage. So, you hit that warn button and then you dip out of the way if bullets start coming to you. She is just phenomenal with that passive. You can let people know where traps are, so you can run around all the time, paying attention, doing your part. Don't be like a complete fool, and you don't have to worry about it, because she'll let you know if there's enemies in the area when they're aiming at you. I mean, obviously, you're not going to know where everybody is, and some people are very strategic and know that that's her passive, so if they see a bad guy, and, they're not even going to aim if they notice it's Wraith, just as an element of surprise. But she is, one of the most mobile, evasive characters that is a good balance between offensive attack and, when to back off and be defensive and hang in there and heal up, you know what I mean? So, she's an overpowered situation, and I know that there's other legends that are really awesome too, and, like Bloodhound right now is in the meta, Seer. I mean, these two are very powerful in their own right, but they're not my play style. And that's just how it goes. You know what I mean? They're not my play style. They're awesome, but I do like to choose strong characters, like in the meta. I always try to play the characters that give you the best chance to survive. Like I'm not the best at this game, and I do really well with Wraith. So imagine someone who's a professional, and they're damn near unstoppable. But anywho, the second reason why is her tactical ability. That saves your life almost every time you use it. For everything. It's crazy. Okay, so some examples would be, for one, like I explained, you warn your enemies, or someone's targeting you, you just hit that tactical button and regroup, and they can't touch you. Two, when you notice that the warned enemies come up, maybe they're already shooting, and you don't have time to recognize it like that. They're right on you. So you hit that button and regroup, and nothing. No damage, no anything after that. The bullets are shredding you. You get out of that situation, and you go somewhere, and you hide, and you heal up, and, and depending on the situation, if they're chasing you, that's a totally different subject for conversation and strategy. But the point is it gives you that free pass and an extra chance to get back up on your feet and be useful in the fight. You know what I mean? No other legend has an evasive ability that cancels out all damage while in it. And now what I've noticed is that you can see the people while you're doing it. So you know where they are and how they're going to face and if they're on to you or not. I mean, and so that those two abilities alone will keep Wraith alive. Like, I mean, you can use it to close in on your fights, to reposition, to dupe the enemy for 2 seconds. You know what I mean? There's a ton of ways to use it defensively and offensively, and I'm not a pro by any means, so I'm still learning and I'm still using different strategies for her, and I use her a bit different just due to my play style. But you know, you watch your research, you watch other successful content creators and your successful Apex gamers, and these guys give you tons of tips and foundational pieces that you should be doing regardless of your play style. So that's fantastic. And then her Rift ability is fantastic. You're in an oh crap situation and two of your enemies are down and you just pop that near them and come through and you got a way to escape the situation free and clear. You have a chance to revive your enemies. That's hilarious. Revive your teammates, and you also can heal up yourself. Now, if an enemy is onto you and they go into it, that's fine, because what you should do every time you go in there waiting for your teammates is pay attention to the portal. You know what I mean? Because then some enemies will rush right through, and that's generally foolish to do unless you absolutely know that that's the last character, is just that Wraith and she's low. But if you come in there, you know, you have a real chance at knocking that enemy, downing them, scaring them away back into the portal, which will give you another chance to revive your enemies. I mean, it's another get out of jail free card, and using it that way is amazing. Using it to close in position and rotate is amazing. I can't tell you how many times that I've been in a fight, you know, and I play aggressive. I usually push first and try to stay alive, and my teammates are always there. So I pop my portal and go, and I'm behind the enemy. Every time. There's always one or two of them where I can catch from the side or catch from behind. And, you know, yeah, on those rare occasions when you pop off, you go in and kill the whole squad. But realistically, how to win this game, when you approach, you know, one squad versus another squad, is your goal is to get one down, catch one off guard, put him out in any way possible, and then it's 3-on-2, you know what I mean? And obviously, though, you know, that's very general. There's different scenarios and statistics that could happen, and algorithms and whatever you want to get into that could happen in those fights. You know, multiple squads come in. You know, it's not that easy. You got to, you know, stick and move and all sorts of tips and strategies to get into that, which, you know, we'll do videos on that as well. But the point is you always can get the jump on somebody with Wraith. You get the jump, you get the notion that people are around. I mean, she's got the smallest hitbox, so she's the hardest to use, and with all the up, down, and the left, rights that you're going to be doing when you get good at the game, really makes her hard to deal with. You know, she pokes out, drops some bullets, and you try to drop some back. Chances are, unless you're dealing with all those really, really consistent players, they're going to miss a few more bullets than you're going to miss in that situation because you're Wraith. And another portal idea too is, you know, when you use it to, you know, I don't know what I'm talking about. That is hilarious. Thank God I'm new. Anyways, the point is, those are the reasons. Those are all like the specific reasons that I love Wraith. She can make average players like myself amazing, and she can make amazing players damn near unstoppable, to the point where only rare circumstances or rare outcomes where, because you're a human being, you can't get out of it. It's just against you. But that they know how to avoid those. They know when to attack and fight, and it's just amazing. So picture that, you know, with that kind of Wraith. And, you know, Seer, I mentioned Seer and Bloodhound, and those guys right now need to be on the team. I would love, like, my favorite setup right now is Wraith, and then Seer and Bloodhound on my team. Because, you know, I don't like to be trackers. I'm not great at it. Here's my idea with tracking. You can always know where the enemy is, but just because you do doesn't mean you're going to win that fight. You know what I mean? Because it's not like none of this does any damage. It is extremely useful to know when the enemy is around. I mean, Seer's ultimate, that's outrageous. Bloodhound's ultimate mixed with his tactical. I mean, you can pretty much, when you're fighting, know where everybody is at almost all times. you know, and it's insane. But I'm better at listening to my teammates, following where the enemies are, and being sneaky little Wraith, tiny sneaky little Wraith, and getting the kills. It's just my aim and my game talent is nowhere near most people's. So I also need a legend like Wraith to survive. Like Bloodhound and Seer are a little bit easier to hit. Neither one of them have escapes. When you watch my videos, you'll see that almost every time I'm using that Wraith escape to heal or to get out of trouble, heal and regroup. You know what I mean? And most times I survive. But if I put Seer or Bloodhound in those same exact situations, because I have no way to avoid damage, no way to evasively get out of trouble like Octane and Pathfinder and Loba and, you know, any of those characters, you don't have an escape method. You don't have a get out of jail free card. So your position is everything. And I'm also not great at position. I'm learning. But my point is that's why I fail with them. They're not geared necessarily for all-out assault. And those two, to be a good tracker in this game, you really have to be a talented individual. There's a lot that you have to play the right way. Problem is, I see a lot of people, you know, playing everyone like they would play Wraith or Revenant, or people's whole point is to be survivable themselves, and by doing so, you win more gunfights and help your team survive. You know what I mean? And Wraith goes back and forth. She's great defensive and protect, and she's great offense and attack, but she's better at attacking than protecting. You know what I mean? Like Lifeline is like one of the ultimates, and same with Gibraltar. But yeah, so that's it, fellas. Or ladies and gentlemen, you know, all you guys and gals. You know, that's why I love Wraith, and I absolutely love that you guys got to watch this footage. And you know, I'm gonna do tutorials and videos where I follow the end game and let you know what's happening and what's going on in my head and stuff like that too. If you actually watch this video, once you already have listened to it, you really focus on the video itself, you'll see a lot of what I was talking about with Wraith and a lot of why I like her in this match. There was a lot of good situations that I couldn't have gotten out of if I wasn't Wraith. So, further ado, we won that match. We are the champions. It was a good time. I had solid teammates. I love you guys. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for listening. Hit that subscribe. Hit that like button. And fill in those comments. Let me know, you know, what's going on in your head. All right. Much love. Peace. The Persian Leopard.